You've seen him outsmart everyone from the shadows, bending every situation to his will without ever showing his hand. You walk into a room, feel overlooked, maybe even invisible, but you know you're capable of more. What if you could wield that same psychological edge in your own life? What if you could command that same quiet respect and master any situation you face? Today, we're breaking down the Ayanokoji mindset. I'm giving you a practical, step-by-step guide to his core strategies so you can control your emotions and earn respect in any room you walk into. Kiyotaka Ayanokoji from Classroom of the Elite is far more than just a quiet high school student. He's a master of psychological warfare, and while he has formidable physical and combat skills, his true power comes from a deeply calculated and controlled mindset forged in the extreme environment of the White Room. This upbringing didn't just make him strong, it left him with deep-seated trauma that affects how he connects with the world. His entire method is built on two powerful concepts: intense emotional control and meticulous information management. He operates on a level most people don't even see, using their own emotions and blind spots against them. It's like he's playing three-dimensional chess while everyone else is playing checkers. But this isn't just some anime fantasy. The principles he uses are rooted in real-world psychology, and you're about to learn how to apply them. We're going to deconstruct his methods into 6 actionable steps to help you build your own mental fortress and navigate life with a new level of precision and influence. Part 1. Mastering emotional control. The foundation of Ayanokoji's power is his near-total control over his emotions. It's not that he doesn't have them, it's that his traumatic upbringing taught him to suppress their expression, making him incredibly difficult to read or provoke. Where others are slaves to anger or fear, he remains a sea of tranquility. This control isn't a weakness, it's his most powerful weapon. Step 1. The poker face principle. First things first, you have to master your external state. Ayanokoji's default expression is neutral, almost bored. This isn't just a habit, it's a strategic mask. By presenting a blank canvas, you give nothing away. In any conversation or confrontation, the person who shows their emotional cards first is at a disadvantage. Think about it. When someone insults you, they're looking for a reaction. Anger shows they've hit a nerve. Fear shows they have power. Ayanokoji knows that an emotional response is like handing your opponent the key to your own mind. To practice this, start paying attention to your own facial expressions. In moments of stress, consciously relax your face. Maintain steady eye contact. Let the world project its own assumptions onto you. Your stillness becomes a form of pressure, forcing others to reveal their hand while yours stays hidden. Step 2. The logic over emotion framework. Ayanokoji's mind prioritizes cold, hard logic. He was conditioned to see emotions as liabilities that lead to irrational choices. While he does feel empathy and can act out of care for others, in a crisis, he defaults to analyzing situations logically. This lets him see the most effective path to his goal, unclouded by ego or sentiment. To use this yourself, practice the deliberate pause. When you're faced with a challenge, don't react immediately. Stop, take a breath. Think of your mind as a courtroom. Emotion is a passionate witness, but it shouldn't be the judge. In that space, let logic take the judge's seat and ask analytical questions. What does the other person really want? What are the likely outcomes here? What's the most strategic move regardless of how I feel right now? You aren't suppressing your emotions forever. You're just putting them in the passenger seat for a moment to make a smarter decision. Step 3. The strategist mindset. This is a shift in perspective. It's about learning to view your interactions from a third-person point of view, like a strategist observing a chessboard. Ayanokoji is known for analyzing people as pieces, weighing their strengths and weaknesses. While he often treats people like tools to achieve his goals, it's a mistake to think he's incapable of connection. The story shows he does form genuine relationships and cares deeply for certain people. The key is to detach from outcomes you can't control. Think of it like being an anchor in a storm. When you stop fearing failure, you're free to take calculated risks. When you stop needing everyone's approval, you can't be tossed around by the waves of their opinions. Ayanokoji's ultimate goal is freedom, and he finds it by breaking the emotional chains that bind everyone else. Practicing this involves reducing your attachment to things outside your control. It can be a lonely path if taken to the extreme, but a degree of strategic detachment is the key to self-mastery. Part 2. Mastering information control. If emotional control is Ayanokoji's shield, then information is his sword. He gets that knowledge is power, and whoever controls the flow of information controls the entire game. He uses silence, observation, and careful communication to shape how people see things and direct events from the shadows.
Step 4. The less is more rule. Ayanokoji rarely speaks unless it serves a purpose. His silence is a weapon. In a world where people are desperate to be heard, the one who stays quiet is often the most powerful person in the room. When you speak less, you do two things. First, you create an aura of mystery. People don't know what you're thinking, which makes them uneasy. Second, your silence acts like a vacuum, forcing others to fill it. People get uncomfortable when no one is talking. In a negotiation, if you just stop talking after making your point, your counterpart will often start volunteering information, revealing their own intentions and weaknesses just to break the tension. Practice being concise. Before you speak, ask yourself, is this necessary? Does this help my goal? Learn to be strategically vague, giving answers that are true but reveal almost nothing. If you're finding these steps valuable for building your own strategic mindset, take a second to hit that like button and subscribe. We're about to get into the final steps that tie all of this together, and you won't want to miss what's next. Step 5. The art of observation. While others are talking, Ayanokoji is watching. He's a master observer, constantly gathering data. He doesn't just listen to words, he analyzes body language, social dynamic, and subtle patterns to understand what's really going on. He's like a detective at a crime scene. He knows the real story isn't in the obvious statement, but in the small, overlooked clues. To build this skill, you need to switch from being a passive participant to an active observer. Next time you're in a public place, a coffee shop, a park, school, put your phone away. Just watch. Look at the groups of people. Who's the leader? Who's seeking approval? What's the unspoken vibe between them? In conversations, focus more on how something is said than what is said. A flicker of an eye, a slight hesitation, a forced smile. These are the data points that reveal the truth. Step 6. Strategic application and shadow control. This is where it all comes together. With your emotions in check and a ton of information gathered through observation, you can start to influence outcomes. Ayanokoji's influence is rarely obvious. He practices what you could call shadow control, subtly guiding people to act in a way that helps him, all while they believe the decisions were their own. Think of it like being a skilled gardener. You don't force a plant to grow, but you tend the soil, remove weeds, and ensure it gets sunlight, guiding it to grow strong on its own. He does this by playing on people's ego, desires, or insecurities. He might plant an idea in someone's head and let them take the credit. In your life, this means using your understanding of people to navigate social situations better. If a coworker is driven by a need for recognition, frame your suggestion in a way that makes them look good. This isn't about malicious manipulation. It's about strategic influence. It's about understanding the game and playing it better than anyone else. So, we've broken down the Ayanokoji mindset into 6 practical steps. We started with emotional control, using a poker face to mask your intentions, putting logic over emotion to make calculated decisions, and adopting a strategist's mindset to see the bigger picture. Then, we moved to information control, using the less is more rule, becoming a master observer, and using it all for strategic application. But let's be very clear. The goal here isn't to become a cold, unfeeling machine like Ayanokoji. He is an extreme character, shaped by a traumatic past that left him isolated. These principles are like a sharp knife. You can use one to expertly prepare a meal, or you can use it to cause harm. The point is to take these principles and use them to reclaim control over your own life. It's about building the mental resilience to stay calm under pressure and the strategic awareness to navigate any challenge. Use these tools not to exploit, but to empower. Use them to make sure you are never underestimated again.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more guides on mastering your mind. Now, I want to hear from you. Comment below with which of these 6 steps you're going to start practicing first. Until next time, stay sharp and stay in control.